Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Nomfundo Madonsela.
Hi guys, good evening. My name is Temba Madonsela.
And we are members of a blended family, as we always just advise, sharing our journey as a blended couple.
Yep.
With our blended family.
Yep.
Yes. So last week we had an amazing video on co-parenting.
The other parent.
Yes, the other parent, but basically touching on co-parenting. If you didn't catch that, please check out our previous video. Also, I think I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has personally come to me and discussed videos that they have personally watched themselves
and shared some of the things that they feel that we could actually do better.
Yes.
Okay.
We have been accused of not
short videos.
Yes, short videos and not spending more time on the subject matters, just to discuss and go a little bit deeper. And we promise we will not do that again, but we will try and make sure that we touch on all aspects and just maybe expand a little bit more on our topics of discussion.
So in this video we might go just a bit, on a point, but we want to ensure that we don't miss out on a juicy part, on the part that could actually bring, some knowledge and understanding and save a blended family somewhere out there.
Yes. So today we touch on a very interesting topic.
Super interesting.
Yes.
Okay. But before we do that, competition time, right? So we've got, and look, I know I've been announcing that we're giving away a book, but Nomfundo decided, no, let's not do a book. We're giving away moolah.
Money.
How much again?
250
rand. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, 250 just to spoil yourself.
That's a lot of money.
Take yourself out for a cup of coffee.
That's a lot of money.
And so let's let the people know how do they win this?
How do you win? How do you win? Rewina guys.
Our previous video, dating the video after separating. After separation. Yes.
All right.
There were 5 points that we discussed in that video on points to consider when you are at that phase.
So we mentioned 5 points in that video.
Yes.
Okay.
To win,
talk to me.
The 250, please be a person who has subscribed.
So you must have subscribed
to our channel.
That's number one.
You have liked the Umjolo video.
You liked the Umjolo, like that.
You have liked this in-laws video.
This one as well.
Yes.
Okay. You must like this one as well. And how are you going to see? Do you see all the likes?
I see. I'm able to see. And then you can go and then give us your answer in the comments of this video, being the in-laws video. And then that is how you can then stand a chance to win.
So what are they supposed to answer?
The 5 pointers.
Or they're supposed to give us the 5 pointers from the Mjolo video in this video.
Yes.
I hope you got that. I hope you get that. And the winner will be announced when?
In our next video.
So next week, 250 rand. That's a lot of money.
Well, it is in this economy.
We're going to send it.
Yes.
Or you're going to give us your account.
Yes.
And we'll send it to you and you can enjoy the 250 rand and whatever you choose. So
spend
it wisely.
All the best, guys. All the best. Let's see what happens. And maybe let me just put it out there that we will give the 250 to the first person who does all who follows all the steps that we've sent out. Clear?
But it doesn't mean that people don't try, right? You just put it out there.
Let's see.
Just put it out there.
Let's see.
There's more. That giveaways.
There could be twists and turns.
A teddy bear or whatever it could be.
There could be many twists and turns. But let's get into the subject matter for this evening. And tonight we're talking about in-laws.
What about in-laws?
Let me just give you this pointer.
Okay.
Statistics have it that 65% of all second marriages fail.
Yeah.
And one of the leading reasons that contribute to this failure is issues surrounding in-laws. One of the top reasons surrounding failure of second marriages is issues surrounding in-laws.
Is it that important?
It's very important.
It's super crucial.
It is crucial. It literally can make or break. Next to finances, we have issues pertaining to in-laws.
So we're touching on a very serious topic, and I think please do comment, right? Place your comments around, some of the challenges or some of the solutions you might have regarding, in-laws.
Yeah,
it's a very touchy subject.
It is a very touchy subject, and let's get into it then. So, pointer number one.
How many pointers?
We'll just go through 4 points.
4 points.
We'll have the problem and then the possible solutions. Also, maybe I might just add while we are at this point to say we might have a different perspective or way of looking at the issues surrounding in-laws. We would be more than happy to get insight from others on this matter. Remember, we are also influenced by certain things that we have heard of and certain things that we have walked. So we might have been looking at it from a very a narrow point, and then somebody comes with a greater expansion on the matter. Please do share. So the point number one that we want to touch on is there can be issues where your in-laws favor the previous spouse more than you. This one can be so dramatic that they can make it openly clear that, you know what, you are not favored. So we really liked our old Makoti. So you are an intruder.
So we are figuring you come into this relationship, right? And you find that your in-laws liked the previous partner. Now they start comparing you to that partner. What do you do?
I think it's a very difficult one because first of all, you find that these people, maybe they hadn't been married for years. And you are just coming, you're just coming in. We don't know maybe the background of what led to the breakup. We don't know what's going on, and you come in slap bang in the middle of that. So maybe to suggest ways in which you can remedy this situation, or solutions that we are offering, is to say, this is a point that I'm offering, is know that it will take time for the new family to accept you. It's not going to just happen overnight. I think
this point, we've spoken about it before. Trust is built. You come into a place, you need to earn the trust. And trust takes time. So you need to be patient. So that's one key quality that you need to possess. Patience.
Yes. Patience is going to be very, very crucial.
Don't be fake.
And again, it sounds so easy. Oh, patience. When you are in this brewing pot and you have to deal with whatever acts are being done against you, which are making it obvious that, listen, you know, as was tin, it's difficult to be patient. But unfortunately or fortunately, it's something that you're going to have to learn to do within this time and season that you are facing.
And I'm just thinking now, that's spot on. And I'm just thinking now, it's easy now that I see that I'm sort of competing with my pastor's past, my partner's past, that I start being fake. I started giving away things.
You're too nice.
I start being too nice, and I easily go out of character. And that, is a bad start.
It is a bad start, because imagine when the family gets to know who you really are, and then they're like, you are being fake with us all along. So I think that's then point number 2 under this subject matter, is to say, be authentic within your new family. Be you.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Authentically you. You like what you like. You dislike what you dislike.
Timberland.
Yes.
Or dark soul.
All right. Or dark soul.
Yeah.
But in us saying be authentically yourself, also know, when I'm around a lot of people, at a point I need to withdraw.
Okay.
Because I need to go and fill up again, just to be by myself. Be conscious of that, so that it doesn't become a problem now that you're in this new family. Now you need to withdraw. Maybe you're withdrawing at random times, or you're overdoing it. Be conscious of it. Oh no, I do need to do this, but watch how it is that you are doing it, especially at this critical time where you are getting to know the family.
True. And I think another point, right? Prepare yourself. How do you prepare yourself? Read books, speak to people who've been in such a situation. Watch YouTube videos, similar to this ones, that could help you to be prepared. Because when you're prepared and you're in a much better position, that when it comes, you will react or respond in a way that is not going to belittle everything, but rather build.
100%. Okay. And while we're still on the topic of building, invest in relationships. It doesn't help you coming into this new family with in-laws, and abakwas, you don't give yourself time to even call people, to WhatsApp people, and I'll put it this way: do unto others. Why not do unto others as you would have them do unto you? Be the doer. Don't expect for people to be the ones that are going to, let me call Unomfundo, let me do the send that message once in a while. I'm just checking in. You know, invest in those relationships. When you are there in their company, leave your phone alone. Just, how are you doing? You know, how's business doing? If your person is in business or the family members are in business, but be interested in them so that they can also be interested in you.
I think another point that comes to mind is not all in-laws are going to act the same. Some in-laws are going to open up quicker.
Yeah.
Some in-laws are going to let you know straight up, hey bro, we don't feel you. You know, they won't tell you, but you know, give it time. Yeah. You know, your opportunity will come, and get ready so that when that opportunity comes, you strike.
You strike.
You know,
yes.
So you strike. Yeah. So not everyone's gonna react the same.
Yeah. Also remember that you were not brought up in the same household.
Wow.
I was brought up differently to how you were brought up. So when I come into your family space, it's like, ooh, okay, I must adjust.
Yeah.
Be ready to adjust.
Yeah. Our culture is different.
Word, I can't be sitting with, they're so loud. Oh my word. When you're always being extra.
But not compromising principle. Obviously.
Don't compromise on principle. Yeah. Yes, definitely don't compromise.
Because if you compromise once, they'll expect you to compromise forever. Right? So don't compromise principle, but rather understand that you're in a different family setup. There's a different culture altogether. Family culture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
and then also, I think it's also important under this one where we have a previous spouse who's favored. The husband must step up. The husband must protect.
Partner.
The partner. Okay. I wanted to quantify my statement.
Must be clear.
The partner must protect the other partner. So when mention is being made of the other partner, now you all, hey, you know, and you goo gaga over that, and then you forget to no, my person is here. I must support her in this new role that she's taking up in my family. I mustn't be seen to always be siding with my family when it comes to certain issues, and then she's on her own or he's on his own. So there must be like a strong unity between the two of us, where I'm protecting you and you're protecting me. In essence, we're protecting what we have together.
So let me ask you a question. So what about a manga being a party, and then if you won't share, let's say you leave me, how do you deal with that?
But listen, I don't know.
Or at your in-laws, not necessarily a party. Say you are going with your brothers, and then
that's not right, because I must be conscious.
But I'm giving you time and space to.
No, but still, I must also be conscious of the fact that I'm not coming alone, Lana. So I must just make sure we are all comfortable together. So if why don't you invite your brothers? Guys, if there's a private conversation that must be had. Hey. If there's a private conversation that must be had.
Yeah.
Don't make it obvious now what's going to be in a private conversation, especially when we are still building. Now I get my so you are lapha indoors. Lendo daga say SMS uyabizwa lekhoneni. Bathi umama ka boy uthi code.
So you're saying learn how to deal with people. Learn how to start building relationships. Building relationships.
Especially because it's family. We're going to be dealing with each other. We'll be together. Okay. So why make it such a miserable time for both of you? Imagine you taking me to your home. And now it's such a burden on you. It's not right. So we must try and say, listen, just try, bring your A game. And then the last point under this one, I think, which is also important, we must set healthy boundaries.
So set healthy boundaries.
We must
what do you mean by
set
that?
healthy boundaries.
Toxic relationship.
Yes, on toxic relationships. There's certain people, no matter how hard you may try, and we can't say just because in our family it's working so well, like on your side and on my side it's working so well, that there are people who are not dealing with people who will simply not see reason, never accept you simply because, but they think, I don't know what it is that they think, they make your life miserable. Then you must set healthy boundaries for yourself, because you don't want to end up in a position where you're trying so hard to impress your in-laws, it starts affecting our relationship, and then Jigiti, you're in a mental health institution because they are just not accepting you. Do your part.
That's a powerful point.
Play your part, but set healthy boundaries for yourself and as a couple.
Okay, great stuff.
Okay.
Point number 2.
Yeah, this one is also Yababa.
Is it Shisa?
So, supporting in-laws financially.
Oh, in Yugo.
In the world that we live in, they would sometimes refer to this as a black tax. Yeah?
So yeah, so
it's how they would refer to it as a black tax. But I'm speaking more on instances where before we were together, you were supporting maybe
the family,
like 99%. You were supporting
groceries.
You are doing things the other side.
Food.
We merge. You are doing things that side. You're building for you. You're extending the family home. You're taking people on vacations. Now all of a sudden we merge and we become blended.
And now we've got kids.
We've got kids.
We've got our own expenses. Electricity at all. Did you see how many units you get now? So now
we want to buy our own house.
Now we've also got a. How do you handle such a situation? I mean, it's a tough one. It's really a tough one. Yeah.
It is a tough one, but I'll start from the premise of saying, Kuti, hopefully the family that you marry into understands that responsibilities have now shifted.
Yeah.
It might not always be the case, but if we're dealing with Abantu who are sober, they'll understand that what we used to get is no longer the same. It cannot be the same. And then you get the extremists who don't understand and who just keep wanting you to support. That's where the healthy boundaries come in, when we have those healthy boundaries. But then how do we then continue to support?
So I'm just thinking proactive saving, if I can call it that. Create a fund in your budget, call it family support. And very important is support should not only go to one family, right? So if it only goes to one family, it can then over time, that's not being right.
Yeah, there will be a resentment.
Resentment can build up. So you need to be wise to try and sort of prevent resentment in advance, So what you do is that you sort of find ways, and say, how do we support one and how do we support the other? So that it becomes sort of a balanced effect.
And I think also supporting will differ because the dynamics of your family might be different from the dynamics of my family.
Correct.
What if, let me not even make examples, but it could be that instance. So we need to scrutinize the situation and see how do we help? How do we show our family that we're there for them?
Correct.
Under our dynamics.
So proactive saving, create a fund. You may not be able to help every month.
Yeah.
But when you save every month, and then all of a sudden the kitty goes a bit bigger, now you're able to go and say, this is how you can sort of help in the family.
Yeah, and we must be realistic about how we can help.
100%.
We must just be realistic. Let me just leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then number 3, also very.
Oh, in point number 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Point number 3, under the topic of in-laws.
Yeah.
How in-laws will treat the stepchild, the new child coming into the family.
So when as the stepfather, you take your stepchild to your in-laws, and then mawufika wena ungale lo mntwana, and then when I saw ikhona le ndlebe ihleli ngale, I'm just using a word, right? It's not right, because how you treat the child, your family is going to treat the child.
How you speak about the child is how they will speak about the child.
Okay.
All right. I mean, another example would be, You know, so just making it obvious that
when you are now
maybe abandoned or whatever.
Abandoned, and then when you are the superhero, that's wrong. That's not wise. Yeah, you're creating gaps, that will come in future. It will come back to haunt you.
100%. So that's the point. How you as the step parent treat your stepchild is how your family will start relating to your stepchild.
And I want to make another point here, and this is obviously through experience. There's certain things in the beginning as you start your journey in a blended family that are super conscious in the beginning, but trust me, they're not so conscious anymore. Like in the beginning, for example, let's say your stepdaughter or stepson breaks a glass, you know, it's like, oh,
it's
you
like,
know,
oh my God.
or maybe come in, you know, it's like, oh, you know. But let me tell you, as you go with time, that thing vanishes. And that thing is gone.
Becomes a member of the
So
family.
be also conscious not to sort of start elevating or taking things that are small things and making them big. But they're you know,
100%.
yeah. Or maybe the Gakwarana and then Bakwara, your stepson. Gakwarana. I mean, you don't be now too hearty, if I can call it that.
Imagine then if we are, let's say I'm making an example as we're at your family, and then the children are naughty. Maybe it's my child is being caught in the act. Now your mother shouts at my child, and then now I'm like, I'm not okay.
My feelings,
but just if you think about the fact that happened,
in fact, sometimes is bamba.
And so under that point, or just to expand on that, allow the child to form bonds with other family members. It's not easy because sometimes you feel like, oh my word, the child will be exposed, their weaknesses will be exposed, this and this will be exposed, things that I am, you know, in a safe environment, allow the child to form bonds.
And I want to say this so important is that don't forget when your child sort of starts making mistakes and becomes vulnerable, that's when pure relationship starts building. Because it's easy for us. It can be easy for us to say, or for you to start thinking that you want your child or your child to be seen as perfect to your in-laws, you know. Yeah, all right, you know, and all of a sudden they see that is always protected. No. Allow akangene, let mangabe uyachama empeteni akabachamele now. Yeah. And let them deal with it, you know. So that relationship as it comes, and you will always see that sometimes the child develops in areas that when you wouldn't have helped the child, but just because now the in-laws are able to come through and assist. Because they sort of strengthen the child.
100%. Our last point.
Is it our last point? Point number four.
Point number 4. Disputes between spouses being reported to in-laws.
So me and you are having an argument, and then I go to my parents and I say to them, hey, you know, and then tomorrow me and you make up, we go and sit at Spur and we have wings, and then I don't know, I just Spur, and then me and you start, you know, Siajola, and we're fine now, but then we forget that I told my in-laws, and then I'm expecting you to come to my house and that everything will be well. That's not wise.
No, it's not wise. So we must at all times keep our issues, our laundry within our family, and maybe there are things that would warrant,
but not to walk shy.
Yeah, walk shy and things like that. So that's what I wanted to say.
Imagine.
There are things that would warrant being reported to the family.
That's serious.
Yeah, that's serious. But the small stuff of
disagreement, you know, financial disagreement, you know,
yes,
because it's over now, but disagreement.
Yes, and we don't want to find ourselves in a position where after we've sorted out disagreements, the family is like, oh, Lona, we are usually Malian, because then it just creates a little bit of animosity within the family. So yes, those are the 4 pointers under in-laws and blended families. Difficult topic, this one, and there may be even more that you may think of, and just advise us also in the comments. And yeah, give us your comments and your views on the 4 pointers. And then don't forget our giveaway.
Very important before we close off the video on in-laws is that if you are not united, the two of you, you will not be able to conquer some of the challenges that come. I don't want to say in-laws bring challenges, but I want to say some challenges that come as a result that you are merging or blending. So it's crucial that you are transparent, you communicate even your resentment. So don't be scared. So no phone, I don't feel like this, you know. And once the communication goes out and you create an environment of communication, that's where when things arise in the future. And very important around this point, very important is talk about it in advance. So that when it comes, because it will come, when it comes, you have already spoken about it. Talk about black tax. Talk about my in-laws. Talk about situations where one family is not doing so well, or maybe the other family is challenged. Talk about how you're going to support another family. You know, at my in-laws. How are you going to support the family? Talk about those things. Maybe take a funeral cover. You know, take it now so that when that time comes, you guys are prepared. Sometimes we live life forgetting what challenges will come. Trust me, challenges will come. Talk about it now. Lungisa now, so that when they come, you're already prepared for it. 100%. Am I making sense?
You're making sense, babe.
Thank you.
So yeah, that brings us to the end of our video, and we hope to see you in our next video.
Good night.